Hello, thank you so much for choosing this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please could you like it, share it, and it'd be great if you could subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me out. Enjoy. So I'm here at HMP Styal, which is a women's prison. I did come here not so long back actually, but I did get accosted, stopped. So I don't know how much I can actually film today. And this is where Julie Sweeney, after her conviction, this is where she's incarcerated. So I want to talk a little bit about this prison. So what this is, it's a former orphanage, and it comprises two prisons in one almost really. You've got a traditional cellular type prison, which is named after Terry Waite. Now that's where people go on remand, and also their first night when they're breaking into the new conditions and things. But then you've got 16 communal houses as well. Now, past and present infamous inmates: Lauren Jeska, Fazana Ahmed, Savannah Brockhill, who calls herself the #1 psycho, and previously people like Tracy Connolly, who's back in prison actually, she's breached her licence conditions. Tracy Andrews, you may recall her. I will put some photos up of these people, but I'm not going to discuss their crimes because they're too heinous to really talk about. Styal is very interesting in a number of ways. There is a juxtaposition here where you have a mother and baby unit, and you also have people that have done the worst harm they can possibly done to a child as well, all in the same place. Now, when you are convicted and sent here, you will be placed on 3 regimes: basic, standard and enhanced. Okay, so if you're on basic, that's generally when you've done something wrong and you've got minimal privileges. Standard is obviously, as it sounds, standard, middle of the road. And then enhanced is where you get a lot more privileges, like an extra visit and so on and so forth, telly in your cell or whatever it might be. So anybody that's convicted, they would need to work, they have to work, and they can work either in the gardens, in the kitchen, as cleaners, or the much preferred orderly jobs as well. Now there are a few things, I'll just change the view a little bit so it's not as boring. We'll have a little walk about. So we've got a restaurant on the right here called the Clink. All right. I'm just filming here. I'm in a public area. I was told I could film here. The security last time I came here, because I'm not actually going into the prison grounds. I'm just doing a thing on Julie Sweeney actually, that's all I'm doing for YouTube. Pardon? Why not? The public can come here though, can't they, into the Clink? That's what I'm talking about now, which is a positive thing, yeah? I'm not an auditor. I'm not coming to cause bother, I'm just doing a little film. So is the general public aren't allowed here then? No? Okay. Well, that didn't last long. We've got a menu there with some prices. And this is where the prisoners actually rehabilitate. Yeah. Welcome to the Clink restaurant. So I don't see why I can't film here. So I'll do what I can. I won't go beyond the barriers. I don't want to upset anybody. Woe betide. Now last time I came I did actually walk through those gates there. And that's where they they came and got me and said I couldn't film. Anyway, enough of the drama. So we'll go back to where I was. So one of the main challenges at Styal is that the prisoners do smuggle things in by crotching. Now I won't explain what that is, but I'm sure you can put two and two together, because they're not allowed to search that way. I'm choosing my words carefully. Working together, building hope and creating a better future. There's 16 cottages and there's around about 20 inmates housed in there, and it's said it can get quite fraught. You can imagine with anything, you've just seen it on things like Big Brother, you know, when people are housed together for a certain period of time, there can be arguments and things. Now they do have a care and separation unit, as they call it. This is for the segregated prisoners. It's quite small, but they're the prisoners that have committed the most heinous and worst crimes, so they obviously have to be kept away from the general population for their own safety. I don't know where that lady's gone who said I couldn't film. I want to discuss an article that's online actually. It's on a website called Turbulent Times, and it's written by somebody called Richard North. And it is quite an interesting article actually. So I'm not going to paraphrase it word for word, but I'll give you the idea of what he talks about. So he talks about Julie Sweeney's case, and he asks simple questions such as, why didn't the person who reported it, the post that she created on the Facebook group or in the Facebook group, why didn't the person that took offence just say to her, come on Julie, can you remove this, it's not appropriate? So that's the first question he talks about. Unfortunately though, apparently the text that she put, the post that she put on there, fell foul of section 181 of the Online Safety Act 2023. But Richard North says that it was far from clear that provisions for the act were satisfied. Now I'll go into why he thinks that. You can have a look at the article. It's called Law and Order, Justice Denied, and it was published on the 16th of August this year, so have a look. It's interesting. I'm not saying that I totally agree with it or I'm against it, I'm just pointing you towards it so you can make your own mind up, okay? Now these barriers are pretty much for vehicles, so I'm going to try my luck and see how I go. Now, a family member of Julie said she was just simply writing something without thinking in a fit of anger. She'd seen what had happened in Southport and kind of got carried away with the emotion of everything. And she did delete it. Now, when she was arrested... Yeah, I'm just doing a little short film for YouTube. Oh yeah, sorry, is it just beyond these barriers, is it? Okay, mate, because one of your colleagues said I couldn't even film there. No, you can, that's public. All right, mate. Yeah, fair dues. All right. Thanks, buddy. How's Julie Sweeney getting on, do you know? I tried to get a better angle for you. So where was I? Right, okay, so when Julie Sweeney was arrested, 3 cop cars turned up. 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3. Why? Now, apparently, according to Richard North, that could be state harassment and calculated intimidation. And it goes against Pace Code G, which I haven't looked at, but that's according to Richard North. It was an unnecessary arrest, okay? Now, a reasonable alternative would be a formal interview at the local police station by appointment, where she could have legal representation, get free legal advice, and an opportunity to discuss everything with her lawyer. And you can imagine if you've got no criminal record, never been in bother, and then all of a sudden 3 police cars turn up, they bundle you away, you're held in an alien environment, you're out of your head with worry, kept in custody, and it must be hard to marshal your thoughts in that instance. Now, her case was heard at Chester by the actual honorary recorder. Okay, so a senior judge. So it wasn't at a magistrate's court. Given the fact that it was heard by this recorder, Stephen Everett, Richard North, again, does indicate that she was convicted on an indictment and subsequently exposed to a potential 5-year sentence, as opposed to a summary conviction in a magistrate's court with a 6-month jail term, potentially. Now, had she pled not guilty rather than guilty because she was worried, allegedly, she would have been put in front of a jury, and she possibly could have been bailed. Who knows this day and age with this situation we've got. But apparently, and I'm not sure on this one, the case was actually conducted via a video link from HMP Styal, this place here. But I'm not sure on the fact of that. That would need looking at. So, Styal itself has got a very, very checkered history. Now, there was a young lady who was let down by the state, allegedly, and this led to her mum campaigning extensively. Her mum was called Pauline Campbell, and this led to a report published called the Corster Report with lots of recommendations to change what goes on at Styal. Now, she was very happy with this. Unfortunately, though, the changes haven't been made to the extent that she wanted, or certainly in her lifetime, because sadly, Pauline, the mum of Sarah, took her own way out as well. Okay, so I've only been here a matter of minutes really, and it's quite clear that the staff are fairly hostile. Now, these are civil servants. They work for the taxpayer. Now, I'm in a public area. When I was told I wasn't, I moved. Been very compliant, been very polite, and I'm asking questions about an inmate. How's she doing? How's she getting on? Nothing. Just don't want to discuss it. Which is okay. Maybe GDPR, perhaps. They can't. All right, fair enough. But there is quite a bit of rudeness, real rudeness, from civil servants, and it's not on. And you get this a lot, don't you? That people, I can see now with the auditors, I used to get quite miffed by them, really. I used to think, why be so rude? But I suppose if it's something I did full time, and I got that attitude full time, then yeah, it does change your opinion. Now, I could have been doing a review of the clink. There we are, there's the prices, saying what a great thing, having prisoners working there. It gives them a role, gets them used to the outside world, and the food's fantastic, blah, blah, blah. You know, now where are we in line with those barriers? I think those gates are probably in line with there. So as you can see, a bit more of the prison ahead there. It's a bit annoying that I can't just go down there, but all right. Right, I think I've covered everything I want to cover. So if you did enjoy it, please like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. I'll come and do some more. I know they have been in the press lately here. There's been a finding after a few years of a lady that was in here. So they're probably a little bit tetchy at the moment. Not surprising if you actually read it. Right, thank you for watching. Cheers. How's Julie Sweeney getting on? She doing okay? The Facebook lady. Oh, have you not?